Hello and welcome to Tamahalo's series on the Magical Witches devices by Bandai. Today is going to be video 1 of us starting up the devices, and the next videos in the series will just be of the day-to-day gameplay. So the green device here is the Baluluna, the Air Witch. The red device here is the Eneruge, the Fire Witch. And then two devices that aren't currently on the screen because they're not currently in my possession. Those are the Aquari, or the Water Witch, which is a blue device, and the orange device, the Earthland Witch, Earth Witch. I don't currently own those. Hopefully I'll be able to get a hold of them so we can add them to this series, but for now I'm just going to have to settle for these two. I originally acquired my Baluluna first, and later on was able to get a hold of an Eneruge, which is what I was looking for, because according to the data, the lore that I can get a hold of, these two devices get along better. We'll see if that's really true. It's hard for me to tell. It appears to be stuff that was written in the manual, but the manual is in Japanese. I can't read it myself, so all the information I get is secondary. It's based off other people's work. But I acquired these two in hopes of being able to get them to connect and maybe not try to kill each other as often, because one of the notable things about this series is you do connect them, they do interact, and you can't really control their behavior. They might curse each other, and the curses can be fatal after a certain amount of time passes. They might cure each other if one of them's sick and the other one doesn't have the cure, something like that. They can also trade items. But as far as I can tell, you can have an intended action, but there's no guarantee that they'll actually take that action. So again, today, we're just going to go ahead and get these devices started up. And what you see right here, this is just the startup screen. I haven't yet started the gameplay because I wanted to go ahead and capture that on the video. So the first things first is I've got to get the time set on them, because the witches won't begin the summoning process until I have this time going. So we're going to go ahead and set the clocks by pressing this. Come on. Alright. So, I've got the time here, and I'm going to do my best at getting them started at roughly the same time. I think we did it. Cool. Let's go ahead and switch the clock. 24-hour clock. That's my preferred method of time telling, timekeeping. That's my preferred method of timekeeping, and here we go. These are the summoning screens. So a bit like on a Tamagotchi where you'd have the little pulsating, jumping egg and you're waiting for it to hatch, that's what these screens are. We're summoning the witches in this case. So what we're watching is what appears to be a moon going through the phases, indicating time passing. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this video for you guys so you don't have to sit through the whole process like I'll be. And I'll check back in with you once we have the witches appearing. Alright, welcome back to the video. We've got two little witches that we summoned. The guy on the right, to me, looks a bit like a little fire demon. And the little one on the left kind of just looks like a ghost and a witch hat. I'm actually doing this series kind of in hopes of prepping myself for the spooky season, which is my favorite season. So these two are very festive for me right now. We're going to go ahead and work on getting them taken care of. So we've got their stats here. They're day old, and our Baluluna weighs 3 pounds, whereas our Eneruge weighs 10. I don't know why we have that difference in weight. I do know that we have to maintain their weight as part of their health, and that if their weight gets too high, they can have health problems related to it, because I guess Bandai really just wanted to give us an extra thing to worry about. So we're going to work on getting them fed, and now they're full. So our next step is to get them happy. We fed them, I think these are seeds, to get them full, and then to make them happy we have to feed them fruit. I think it's fruit. We're going to call it fruit. each need one more. Yeah, looks like we've got them possibly full. So our magic power, sorry, we'll go back there. So now we're at 11 pounds and 18 pounds. Our hungry is full. Our happy is full. Over here, this is our magical power. It's actually full. It's 4 right now. As they grow, I think that the base magical power level increases, and I have to technically fill it. I think I can fill it through feeding them certain items. I am not sure whether or not certain actions also fill it. That'll be just something I'm discovering while I'm doing this series. So we've got their magical power full, and then that last little page here, this just indicates which type of witch they are, or what they've interacted with, I'm not sure. We got the fire, and we've got the air symbols there. So next is we can essentially start playing this device's version of a game, and that is this. I think of it as mixing potions. It might be more like mixing spells, but I see a cauldron, and I think potions. So we're going to pick our first ingredient there, and that's going to be our seed. And then our second ingredient is going to be this little herb. It's a healing herb. An healing herb. There we go. And it timed out, so we're going to start that over and pretend that didn't happen. Okay. So again, we're going to start trying to play the game here. I'm not going to chat about it too much because it'll time out. First ingredient, seed. Second ingredient, healing herb. Third ingredient, fruit. And let's see if we've created something. Good. Okay. Both of them failed at casting that spell or creating that potion. So we've got 2 sick little witches that we have to heal, and it's a good thing those healing herbs are limitless, so they don't disappear as we consume them. So we can just use as many as it takes to get these 2 to stop making angry faces. So when they do start feeling better, they're actually going to give us a happy. There we go. So we've got the Baluluna fixed, but our Eneruge is being stubborn. They're so mad at me right now. Okay, anytime now. There we go. My goodness. For a second I thought it wasn't going to heal at all. So, because that wasn't torture enough, we're going to do it again. Let's see if we can get it to work this time. Okay. Now, I'm having to do this based off memory of what I think the spells were. They are in the manual, and I don't have the manuals. But I think this is basically the only one I can do right now. Let's try it again. Son of a sea biscuit. Well, one of them, our Eneruge was successful. So yay for them. But their friend over here is sick, so let's go ahead and try and fix this baby up. Okay, at some point here, you're going to have to stop failing at magic. What kind of witch are you? Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. Son of a... We're going to get there. We know that it's the right combination and the right order because it worked for Eneruge. So this is just a skill set issue, and we're going to try and work through it together. Unfortunately, you can get the equation, as it were, the ingredients in the right order, exactly as they should be, and that does not mean your witch is going to be successful. Which, really, in the long run, makes it more fun, right? I say that, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to be stuck here trying to get this one to at least get it right once. Let's look at our weight. So our weight's down to 7 pounds. So apparently, even if we fail at the spell, we still lose weight. So that means we're good to go. I don't need to do it anymore. I'm tempted to, but I think we're just going to let it go. I think we're going to breathe in some inner peace and choose to let the moment go. So, the last thing I want to do today before signing off and being done with today's video is seeing if we can get these guys to connect and see what happens. Because this red one is a new device, that means I don't really have connection experience, so you'll have to bear with me. I do know that we're gonna... I wonder if you guys can hear that. There's a massive thunderclap right now. I guess I have a thunderstorm brewing outside my house, which is beautiful and aesthetic and perfect for this video. But you guys probably can't hear it, so it's just perfect for me. Alright, back to it. You can see these little connections. These are essentially the same build as the Digimon devices that Bandai put out. So I flip these guys over. I press the connection button, or the D button. We've got both of them flashing. I hit connect, and then I need to hit the B button on one, I think. So let's see if that worked. Oh, it did! And we got happy faces, meaning that they greeted each other, but didn't try to murder each other. And I think that's a win. Now I want to see something, because again, devices are new to me too. Let's see. I don't see a change here, so I'm thinking maybe this is going to stay the same. We have to track eventually as they grow up, depending on what devices they interact with, that's going to alter what they can grow into. So I was thinking that if I connect them, it's possible that we're going to see evidence of that connection on those symbols. I didn't see a change. I don't know how it works, so we'll just have to figure that out together as we go. But thanks for joining. I'm going to go enjoy this beautiful thunderstorm I've got going, and maybe, you know, put my electronics away for the day. I hope you're having a good one. I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.